Howdy, this is Robert Dailey with Dailey Woodworks in Bryan, Texas, and I'm about to show you how to assemble our triple corner kennel so you can get it into your house. Our triple corner kennel is built in 3 main pieces. You have your left section, your right section, and your middle section. The middle section is the most complicated part because its finished dimensions are bigger than most standard doorways, so that actually disassembles and flat packed. This kennel and this kennel are essentially 2 separate units. This bolts together using standard 1/4-20 hex bolts, and then uses our Festool Domino knockdown connector system that uses a 3mm Allen key. The back panels attach using our knockdown connectors. They just align and you drop it down. So same thing, you'll have 3 connectors. You want to make sure the concave part is facing in and it's hand tight. Just drop down like this, and then you'll have your set screws right here, and they just attach into there, and you want to get that nice and snug, and you could see how that moved as I tighten that down. It pulls itself together. The set screws will be stored inside the connectors. You'll need to remove them before assembly. This back corner right here nests together and assembles with 4 standard Phillips head screws. The holes are already pre-drilled and countersunk, so you just drive these in. Get those nice and hand snug, and that holds this together for you. The set screws for the knockdown connectors are going to be stored inside the knockdown connectors themselves. You'll want to remove them before you start assembling. They just unscrew like that, and then they go in exactly the same way, and then once you get it assembled, you'll put these back in and snug them up. The front section attaches with our knockdown connectors. You'll have 2 pins sticking up. There's a concave section that needs to be facing in, and it needs to be snug. If it's a little bit loose, you can take your 3mm Allen key and give that a spin. And again, snug, not super tight. So I could probably go 2 or 3 more turns if I needed to, but that is completely unnecessary, and you might risk, if you really get gorilla hands with this, you can break these. So this just slides in. These 2 pins align with the male and female ends. Like that, and like that, it slides on. Then you have these guys right here. These are your set screws, again 3mm, and you just put these in and get them nice and hand snug, and now that holds together. So you'll notice the top has this attached. This is for the drawer slides, so we want to be very careful with that. And now the top is just going to set on our assembled bodies. On the body, you will see a screw hole right here that will align with the screw hole there, and then you'll see a screw hole here and over there. So 3 total, and if you get all those realigned, it should align properly, but you know, my shop might not be as level as your floor. The top for the sensor section is attached with a Phillips head screw that is right here, over here in this corner, and that corner. These are not critical for the dog kennel itself because this middle top will be held on by the 2 side pieces that I'll show you more in just a minute. But You do have some screw holes here that should self-align. After you get the middle section assembled, we're now going to slide our kennels together. You will see on each of the side kennels 3 little tenons. These align with 3 mortises here, and you'll notice these are elongated, so you have a little bit of adjustment. So now you'll just slide this together, and these mortises will align right here like this. And then you'll push it tight, and then your bolts that you'll install in the next step will pull this nice and tightly together, and you'll have a nice tight joint. So there are 4 of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, so 8 total. So the bodies bolt together in 4 locations with a 2-inch 1/4-20 screw. You'll have 2 washers and a hex nut. So you'll put a washer on, push it through, and then put your nut and washer on the other side. The same process for the other side, and then the top should kind of self-align, but you'll probably have to do just a little bit of adjustment, which is fine. Underneath there are screw holes for this, that if you get the screw holes realigned with the standard Phillips head screw, you won't have any issues, and I'll show that. Our center section drawer slides will come wrapped up like this. There's a right and a left side. It's pretty self-explanatory on how they go. So you can see the drawer slide is installed. There's 1 screw here that's been pre-drilled. You can see it right here. And you'll look in the back, and there's a clip. You can see this clip right here. And then you can see how it's got a little groove on it. That groove aligns with this on the back here. So to install it, you simply align that notch with this groove, and then you're going to slide it back until it aligns with that hole right there. Once you screw it in, you'll have a little bit of side-to-side adjustment that will help the drawer self-align once you go to install it. On the bottom of your drawers, you have these latches right here. It's got a little spring clip, and then you have a bunch of different adjustments that you may or may not need depending on if you assemble this exactly like I had it assembled. And to install your drawers, you simply set your drawer on the drawer slides. You just fully extend them and slide your drawer on. The underside of the drawer, you'll see a little plastic tab here. This is what you want to grab. You don't want to grab this slide because sometimes the stamped metal is a little bit sharp. And you can see you've got your clip here. So you're going to pull this forward, and then the clip goes into this little groove right here. Then you want to repeat the process on this other side. Make sure the clip gets into the little notch right there, and you're good. And then you just let it close, and the soft close should pull it nice and tight. Probably the first close, you're going to have to do just a wee bit of pushing it in to make sure the drawer slides self-align.